god. So good. Greetings, Rovers. Welcome to a little impromptu thing we decided we've been wanting to do while we were in PA, was to visit a local brewery. And one thing I didn't realize was that Troeg's Independent Brewing Company is in Hershey, Pennsylvania, which is like 12 miles or less from
Was it only?
Yeah, it's
Nice.
real short. From where we're performing right now at the Pennsylvania Renaissance Festival. I love this beer. Like their beer has always been super solid, and I heard from someone that their brewery space is amazing, and man, they were not wrong.
Yeah, it's very cool here.
This is like one of the more like put together like craft brewery like spaces for people to come see that I've ever seen, especially that little like walking tour,
Yeah,
little
the
self-guided tour. Apparently they have other like more like actual guided tours and stuff like that.
You probably have to set an appointment.
Yeah, like you have to make an appointment and things like that. This is kind of like off the cuff, so we just did a little self-guided tour. It's a nice little walk through. It kind of gives you a really hands-on like shows you all the things and really kind of shows you where the lab is and the fermentation, and the brew deck is like right in the main like restaurant bar area. Like that's the main brew deck there. And it's gorgeous, very well laid out. This place is amazingly pretty, surrounded by like woods and rolling fields.
Rolling Pennsylvania hills.
Yeah, and a lot of beer options and food options. Yeah.
Rosemary popcorn.
Yeah, rosemary
We've already
popcorn.
made quite a dent in this large dome.
Yeah. So, but you know just as well as I that we're here to talk about the beer brewery, but we're also here to talk about the beer, and in this case, also
Some cider.
some seltzer.
Seltzer. Yep.
Yeah, they're making a couple of their own house-made seltzers, which is fun because Kira's
It's like the new trend.
Yeah, because Kira's not doing the gluten stuff, so and we don't know if they're using like Clarity Firm or anything to reduce gluten, so she's gonna smell things.
Little sips.
Little sips.
So I don't poison myself.
Yeah. And like that's gonna be our new quest is to get breweries just to start using Clarity Farm for enzymatic gluten reduction and like all their beers.
Yeah, super easy.
But let's get into this. So I kind of went a little crazy with options, and I didn't even come close to getting all the things that they've got available.
Yeah, they've got quite a list.
So I'm going to start with one of the ones I haven't had from them, because I don't think it's actually something they put out into the market all that much, because they've got a Pils, they've got a wheat beer, an IPA, and their Double Bock, which is kind of like that's their flagships. And then they've got a bunch of other things they're doing, and one of the things that they're doing I was really interested in was the Rugged Trail, which is a brown ale. And I love a brown ale. Anyone knows me knows it's like one of my go-to styles. So let's give it a shot. I love their well done glasses. Well done.
These are like
for these little bulb glasses.
Perfect.
Great clarity. Looks good. Nice, kind of more neutral. You get a little bit of toast. Yeah, it's nice,
good.
nice toasty. A little bit of banana.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I wonder if they're using maybe their wheat beer.
Yeah, I get it on
like wheat beer,
the
like
nose
yeast.
even.
But it's like kind of toasty. You get a lot of banana.
Oh yeah, like a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of banana. That is surprising for a brown ale. Like, it's not bad, but like
It's
I was
like-
not expecting it.
Yeah, it's like sweet and like banana-y, roasty. It's like a banana Foster.
I was like,
like
this
dessert.
is banana bread. This
Yeah.
is glassed.
Yeah.
Like glassed, very kind, but it's very drinkable. It's not sticky. It's not cloying.
No, not at
You
all.
get a little bit of toastiness, nice bready from the malt, and just like bananas.
That's crazy.
I want to talk to someone about this.
Yeah.
You know? Like, will you talk to me about why your brown ale tastes like banana bread, please?
More information needed.
But that's a solid brown ale. I drink that fairly right. It's got a little bit of clove to it as well. Like, it definitely makes me think they're using like wheat beer, a wheat beer yeast, like because their Dreamweaver is like a German style. We saw they had the open top fermenters because they're open top fermenting their Dreamweaver. In like a traditional German style with that really heavy, like big yeast stuff. So I'm wondering if they're doing that for their brown ale. So I'm intrigued now.
Nice.
That is super good. Like, I didn't. Not as I was expecting.
Not what you're expecting.
But now I want to go ask somebody, hey, why is this a thing?
Excuse me.
That's real good, though. So, to give you like an idea, I got a brown ale. Like, I'm not going down the line because I kind of picked stuff out, but now I'm like
super randomly, yeah.
Yeah, but now I'm kind of like, okay, what would go well, to start? So I got a brown ale. We got their Fest lager, so I'm assuming like an Oktoberfest Märzen style lager. The Hop Knife, which is like their Harvest IPA, it's like a wet hop, like fresh hop IPA. So instead of using just pellets, they're using like fresh cones.
Oh yeah.
In their the probably the dry hopping process. I think I've had Hop Knife before, and I like it. This is just a number. Like, so apparently in their tasting room they're using they've got like experimental batches that they don't have labels, they don't have names for them, they just have numbers. So this is Hazy IPA number 443, and I had to know.
Love that. Yeah.
Master of Pumpkins, because I'm a basic bitch and love a pumpkin ale.
Gotta.
And then this is their what is it, Impending Descent, but it's bourbon barrel aged, so like their Imperial Stout, Impending Descent, bourbon barrel aged, so I had to try it.
Nice.
To finish things out.
Yeah.
And then they got two seltzers.
Acai boysenberry.
And then like a passion fruit, guava, orange,
tropical
all the tropical
extravaganza.
Seltzers. Because, we wanted to make sure you had some stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to drink a whole glass of something.
Yeah. So, pretty good. I got to try. I think the next option would probably be the Oktoberfest.
Fest lager.
Yeah, Fest lager.
I do love an Oktoberfest.
It's the most wonderful time for a beer, and man, look how pretty that is. God, so I'm gonna get right up into that camera. Look, you can get the nice clarity of that beer. That's super nice. I'm here for it. Okay, no bananas.
No banana?
No bananas this time.
I don't think there's supposed to be banana in a Fest
beer.
There
better not be banana in a Fest beer. Like, a German will yell at you for that. Okay, so there is, it's nice and it's pretty clean on the ferment. There's something, the malt bills, you get a little bit of toast, but it's very drinkable. But there's something there, on the back end of the palate that I was not quite expecting. I mean, as American-made Oktoberfests go, it's probably the closest I've seen to traditional German Oktoberfest. Because it's supposed to be, a little toasty, nice, a little bit of malt character, but it is supposed to be very drinkable.
Yeah, because you're supposed to be able to drink it for, days of partying,
yeah,
right?
By the liter. It's supposed to be something that can carry, that, that's not going to just,
Yeah.
not supposed to punch you in the face. Okay, a little bit of water. Yeah, no, it's just a nice kind of clean, just a little bit, I think it might just be a little bit of caramel character that I'm catching, but it's so slight that it kind of throws you off a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm here for that though. Nice and clean, good carbonation. Clarity's amazing because apparently they got 2 levels of filtration here from the water.
3 I saw.
Oh, 3, that's right. So they do
centrifuged and filtered.
Yeah.
And then centrifuged only.
Yes.
And then lightly centrifuged.
Yes, they have 3 levels of fermentation. They can either do a light centrifuge to take out some of the particulates. They do that for Dreamweaver, just a
they're cloudy,
delicately centrifuged.
I believe is the term
just to take out some of the particulates, but while leaving enough for that hazy character. They'll probably do that for some of their hazy IPAs as well. Then they've got centrifuge, actual centrifuge.
Yeah, fully centrifuge.
Fully centrifuge, which is probably what they're doing for the brown ales and things like that. And then they've got centrifuged and filtered, which is what they're doing for their pilsners, probably the the lagers, anything that's super clear that needs that clarity and stuff without taking out, just stripping it of all of its flavor. They're probably doing both. So good for them. That's great.
Yeah.
So we got that. Probably the Hop Knife. Yeah.
That seems correct.
Hop Knife. So this is their Harvest IPA, and again, unlike most of the IPAs you're seeing right now, this one's still nice and clear. You know, everyone's talking about hazy IPAs are the thing. Like if you can see through a glass, it's not an IPA anymore. I'm like, sorry guys, IPAs used to look like this. They're still valid.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's like it's not your normal citrus. It's not like your normal grapefruit citrus. Like the first notch and the first nose is orange. Like, and it's not like this kind of orange. Yeah, I got myself. Okay. It's not like super citrusy. Like you get a little bit of like, it's. I think that's actually might have come from the malt because like the malt is actually still there, very prevalent. But like it's a, I know, right?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Fresh hop beers, they give you such a different character because they're the wet hops. They're using just all the alpha acids like straight, like the cones are still intact.
Yeah.
Especially it's a wet hop, it's not dried, so you're not dealing with like reconstitution. So like,
Yeah.
it's a very fresh taste, and that's what this is. It's very fresh.
Yeah, it's
taste.
really good.
Yeah, and the hops aren't like as concentrated, so it allows for a more malt hop balance.
Yeah.
This is a great fall beer. Like with the, I could see this doing really well with like those acorn squash, like black bean tacos.
Yes. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of squash right now.
Yeah. As you should in the fall.
Yeah, we're
The
squash
fall is for
people.
squash.
Also, the like rosemary popcorn, $5, guys. Like,
Well, $5.50, but still.
$5.50, but like, and it was a mound, and this stuff is flavorful too. They're not skimping. Like we're thinking that what they're doing is infusing.
Melted butter.
Yeah, they're
with
infusing the rosemary into melted butter.
Yeah, because
So,
there's no pieces of rosemary.
Yeah, there's no rosemary
really.
in it. It's just butter, and so you salt in it.
I did put salt on. It's required.
But man, I could drink this like a lot. Like normally I go a little more malt forward in the fall. I start going towards malty beers, but like this is a nice transition beer
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty malt forward for
an IPA.
an IPA.
Yeah. Well, I'd put this more like, because like English IPAs, like traditional English IPAs were malt forward. They were still malt balanced. They were just heavily hopped to deal with overseas transit.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't go bad. That's really good though. I like that a lot. And then we go into,
IPA number 443.
hazy IPA number 443. Shocker of shockers, looks like orange juice. It smells like a mimosa.
Does it?
Oh yeah, like
It does.
yeah.
I want brunch.
Ooh,
Yeah.
tropical. It's very delightful. Yeah, that's like unlike a lot of the hazy IPAs that are just like citrus pithy craziness.
Yeah, like you literally bit into an orange.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Peel and all. Like
That is a little tropical.
this is more it's more pineapple-y.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, like more like, you know what it kind of reminds me of? Remember that star fruit we were getting in Florida and that place we were camping?
Yes.
This
Oh
reminds
my
me of fresh
goodness.
star fruit.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
I want fresh star fruit.
We know those people. They want us to. They would love us to come back and stay with them.
That's
And they will
true.
just give us all the star fruit off their tree.
Yep.
This is some of the like greatness of what we do. Sometimes we just come across these campsites on like Hip Camper or something. This is our first introduction to Hip Camper. Find this delightful couple in like Central Florida that had like a nice little house and like they were,
What's the family farm?
Yeah, full family
Yeah,
farm.
like big chickens and a garden and like grapefruit and starfruit trees because it's Florida.
yeah, and like. And it's just the starfruit's just falling off the tree at this point, and they were just like, just take whatever you want. We have so much, so we were just taking fresh starfruit every morning with our breakfast, and
So good.
so good. So yeah, that reminds me of that fresh starfruit from
Yeah. No, that's legit.
from Florida. I'm here for it. Like that gives me hope for hazy IPAs. because I'm getting a little tired of it. Because right now they all taste the same.
I know.
But this, like, it's not as hazy, and like they're definitely doing something with the malt bill, or like I think it's that gentle centrifuging they're doing.
Yeah.
I think because they're doing gentle centrifuging, they might just be doing a little bit of centrifuge to take out some of the particulates, so it's still a little hazy.
But it's not like chunky.
Yeah, it's literally, you're not chewing the hops in your beer, which I'm fine with.
Yeah.
That's delightful. I'm here for it. All right, so brown ale, fest beer, harvest,
Hop knife.
hop knife, hazy IPA number 443. That will never not tickle me.
Yep.
How's the seltzer? You've been trying the seltzer.
Yeah, it's pretty good. The Psy is it's like all other acai poison or acai flavored things. As I was telling you earlier, they're better in theory, I think, than in practice, because it tastes a little bit like Smarties almost. So this is acai boysenberry seltzer.
It does. It's
It's
very
like
candy.
yeah, but
it's
like. And candy flavors on a seltzer isn't really great because it like just comes up weird and
Okay, like the aroma made me think it was going to be a lot sweeter.
no, it's not because it's a
tart.
seltzer.
Yeah, it's very tart.
Oh, and acai is often like it's really tart.
Also, like
It's
the
not bad.
aroma tripped me up, but the flavor is not bad.
Yeah, maybe it's the combo.
I mean, aroma gives us so much, like, as far as impressions go. Like,
Yeah.
the aroma is always going to, like,
Yeah, it's
kind
certainly
of
not
govern the flavor.
bad. However, I've also already tried the passion fruit one, and this one is like actively good.
Yeah, you're all in on the passion fruit guava orange, I think it was.
Yeah, it
There were just, like, so many commas after that.
right,
just
and
put
I
passion
was
fruit
the
in there.
assumption is that that's all one seltzer, correct? It's not. They don't have a passion fruit seltzer, an orange seltzer, and a
No.
that one. Yeah, it's like super pleasant.
Yeah, just a nice seltzer. Yeah, seltzers have become the new hotness.
Which I don't mind because, again, the gluten is my enemy.
Yeah.
So I can only have.
Like, they can just take that money and put it into Clarity Firm and start. But then they wouldn't get the celiacs. Because, like,
Yeah.
like the enzymatic gluten reduction is great if you're not, like, fully celiac. If you're fully celiac, I wouldn't risk it. Like, it's
Yeah, it
probably
depends
still
on
gonna
your-
mess you up.
It depends on your reaction and sensitivity levels to gluten.
That's true. So, now, let's go to, basic bitch time.
Yeah.
Master of Pumpkins. So I will try a handful of pumpkin ales a year. Like, I am not one of those people that like pumpkin ale. A spiced beer is good. Like, people have been doing it for hundreds of years. They've been spicing their beers with stuff. So a pumpkin beer, yeah, you're not going to taste pumpkin in a pumpkin beer. Let's figure that out right now. Like, people can put a little bit of pumpkin in a beer, but it's mostly you're there for the spices. Otherwise, it's like a squash. An unspiced squash tastes like dirt. Like,
Correct.
It's earthy. Like, that's not, like, and you're not going to get a whole lot of that out of a beer that has other things in it. So, like, they're just there for the spices. So it's really depending on what their malt bill is, how they're doing that. And it seems that this one's just going to be a nice kind of dark amber.
Yeah.
Like, that's a dark.
It's very dark.
That's
yeah.
a ruby red. Like a very, like, garnet, deep garnet pumpkin ale. Huh. A
Yeah.
little smoky.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And that's honestly not a whole lot of spice.
Yeah.
Like, if you handed that to me and didn't tell me it was a pumpkin ale, I wouldn't be able to tell you it's a pumpkin ale.
Yeah. No, it's just like a toasty, spicy.
A little spicy, like, it's subtle.
Like when I say spicy, I mean like cinnamon. Like not spice, not like fireball
Like
cinnamon.
pumpkin spice.
Like yeah,
Like a pumpkin
like
spice.
sweet spice.
It's it's like, it is, the malt bill is is definitely driving this train, not the spice profile. So, I mean, they made a good beer. It's a solid, good late fall beer. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's an ale. I don't think it's a lager. They definitely at least put it through a centrifuge. So that might have done something with it, with the flavor profile.
Do pumpkin beers often not get much like filtration and whatnot?
Most breweries aren't filtering a whole lot. Like some will, but like most breweries are just like cold crashing. Like the big breweries, I mean, this gets a national. Like this place gets national distribution. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's pretty big.
We see them fairly often. They will, like, these types of places have the gear to do that type of thing, but a lot of like smaller breweries, they're not filtering. They're just like cold crashing, letting stuff kind of sit,
So it's all at the bottom.
So it's all at the bottom, and then they'll just pull from wherever it starts to get clear. So, like, you'll get a lot more of that character. So it might be a filtration thing.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it.
Yeah.
I wanted a little more spice. I wanted a little more spice.
For something called Master of Pumpkins.
Yeah. Like, and the can is dark, and it's got like funky font lettering, and like, it's like,
Intense.
Yeah, it's very intense. So like, you think Master of Pumpkins, like, oh, it's gonna be spicy and and stuff, and then you get it, and it's like, this is good. Like, Troeg's has got amazing brewing practices. They're not going to make something that's just like, oh, this is disgusting.
Sure.
Like, it's just going to be, at the end of the day, pretty good beer.
Decent beer, yeah.
Yeah, no, like, it's not blowing my mind for pumpkin beer. Like, as far as pumpkin beers go. It is, I'm getting smoke.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm getting some smoke off that beer. And like, I don't mind that. Like at Deep Ellum, we were brewing a beer with our pumpkin beer was spices, pumpkin, and smoked sweet potato.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Huh.
it was good.
That's very interesting.
It was weird, but it was good.
That is weird.
So yeah, now we're gonna roll into the bourbon barrel-aged Imperial Stout. I'm never gonna remember. Impending Descent. Like, they all have to be.
Yeah, pretty intense naming structure.
Yeah. Oh, bourbon barrel, like right off the
Yeah.
right off the, like, just like, you don't even need to. You don't even need to like. Don't even need to like look for it that hard. And we're like right under the heater, so it's like it's been getting a little warm, so it's like perfect temp right now. Oh, shut up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's exactly what you want from a bourbon barrel aged Imperial Stout. Like,
oh my.
yeah, no, that's delicious. That's, I don't know what's up. So yeah, like
Rich
we're
and
outside.
caramely.
They got a giant tasting room in there, but like we're inside. We're out, like,
It's loud in there.
It's loud and like
Yeah,
it's
wasn't a
still a
good
production
spot for
facility.
filling.
Like, it's still a production facility. So like they have these gorgeous outside. They got another beer garden out there with like a food truck sometimes apparently that does food truck stuff. But like inside they've got a full like multi-table with like a tasting loft that was closed. I'm assuming there's a private party going on up there.
Yeah, like tons of long rows of tables,
Yeah, it's
big
very German.
tables.
Like, you've got like those long communal tables. So like, yeah, I mean, this place, if you want to come visit, like, they have definitely made it easy for you to do so. Like lots of, and like, again, they've got a little self-guided tour. We're gonna kind of do a little bit of that, like around, like I'll probably be posting that to our patrons on our Patreon page. So if you want like a little video walking tour of the Troeg's self-guided walking tour, make sure you subscribe to our Patreon. Link's gonna be down in the comments on that, or down in the
Description.
yeah, link's gonna be down in the description down there. So yeah, right down there. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna finish some of these beers, finish this popcorn, and hang out for a bit. Enjoy the day. It's a lovely day here in Central Pennsylvania. So, cheers, friends. We'll see you down the road. Like and subscribe if you've liked this and want to see more. I got a lot of beer to get through.